Hey YouTube, how's it going? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Back on another video of learning HTML on Codecademy, right? So I was trying to see how's everybody doing out there, All right, trying to be consistent, like I said. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's just keep coding, learning out some new things to write, or making new applications or websites. Hope you guys doing well for your family as well too. You know what I mean? I hope working at your job or getting a new job, taking care of family or relationships. Hope they're going well with you guys as well. But yeah, let's hop in and let's use some HTML. So right now we're gonna let's go look at the syllabus. So we're doing forms right now, HTML forms. We're on submit forms right now. All right, submit forms. Cool. All right, let's get it. All right. Let me zoom in a little bit more so we can see this. Let me move my face over here so you're able to see things. I don't want. Okay, cool. That should be good. All right, cool. Let's read it up. So HTML forms. Submit form. Remember, the purpose of a form is to collect information that will be submitted. That's the role of the submit button. Users click on it when they are finished with filling out the information in the form. It's an element, form element, right? And they're ready to send it off. Now that we've gone over how to create various input elements, let's now go over how to create a submit button. All right. So to make a submit button in a form, we're going to use the reliable input element and set it to type submit. So right here, for example, it says form, and then you have an input type equals, in quotes, you have submit, and then you have the value of it, setting it to equal the quote send, right? And then you're closing up with form. And when you create this code right here saying it will render, which renders send. So this is the code right here. And when you bring it to reality, it'll show up a box that has send and a button you could click, right? Okay, cool. So notice in the code snippet that the value assigned to the input shows up as text on the submit button. If there isn't a value attribute, the default text submit shows up on the button. Let's now add this element to make our forms complete. All right. So these are the instructions. So what we got to do at the bottom of the form inside the element section class equals submission. Add a submit button using the input element. The text inside the submit button should read submit. Stuck on a hint, concept review. Okay, want to quickly review some concepts you've been learning? Take a look at the material cheat sheet. All right, cool. So, all right, so our task is basically we need to make a button. So we need to make a submit button, right? So inside of the element section class submission, add the submit button using the input element. So let's go ahead and read the code right here in the middle. All right, so what do we have here? We have doc type HTML. We got HTML lang English ENDR LTR. We got the head. We got the meta character set UTF-8. The link relation. ship, style sheet type, and that'll be text /CSS. And we got an href from style.css. Okay. And then we got the link href, grabbing it from the web from fonts Google APIs. So using Google Fonts, and the font will be rubric, and the relationship is a style sheet, and the title is text area element. Okay. And then the head, and then the body, and then we have the section ID having an overlay, setting that ID to overlay. Then we have the image source, which is the content of Codecademy courses Web 101, Unit 6, HTML, CSS, dash image burger logo, which is right. Oh, it timed out again. Okay, which is right here, burger logo. And then alt Dave's burger logo, ID logo. Okay. And we have an HR, and then we have a form action submission .html method post. So post corresponds to the HTML post method form data that are included in the body of the form and sent over to the server. All right, cool. So once we do, so basically that's saying once we hit submit, it's gonna send off to the servers. All right. And then we have an H1 of creative burger, and then we have a section class protein. So creative burger is right here. The label patty. What type of protein would you like? It's this section over here. What type of protein would you like? And you have a drop down, or actually it's a text area field, right? Text box. So you have input text name patty, ID patty, and then you have that own section itself. And then you have closing off that section and HR, and we have a section class of patties right here, and we're labeling that, and this should be the amount, which will be numbers, right? Input number and name amount, ID, and we're closing that section off. And HR section class cooked. So this is a box right here, a section. What do you want your patty cooked? And then how do you want your patty cooked? And then we have span of rare. We have the text right there. Well done is represented through here. Well done. And then the range is 2 notches or 5 notches. 1 as the minimum. How far starting point. And the max is 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we have this as a section. And then we have HR section class toppings, and the span. What toppings would you like? This is a section right here, and then we break it off and make it a checkbox. So we're creating these the functionalities of these boxes are going to be a checkbox. So when you click off and on, it'll display a checkbox. Okay. We have it named lettuce. We have one named toppings. What is this? Name toppings tomatoes right here. This will be the topping, okay. And the value, tomato value, that. And then the onion will be ID and a value. Label for onions. So we label that an onion. So that's the name of it. And this is the section itself. So this whole thing is a whole section right here, this area, right? And then would you like to add cheese? We have a checkbox or a radio button, right? So we could either yes or no. And then we labeled it. Yeah, we have a label yes, and then we have a label for no. And then we have a name. This will be cheese. ID nothing. And then that's a section. And then we make an HR. And what do? We have a section class for the bun. What type of buns? So we have a section for the buns. And then we have what type of buns you like, the text right here. And then we have an option, a drop down menu, you know, top options. Once I click this, I'm able to select sesame, potato, or pretzel. So this represents this, the option value. And we're closing off that with select. And this, we're closing off that as a section. So this whole part right here, what type of bun would you like? What the boxes or the drop down is the section itself. Okay. All right. So what type of sauce would you like? So you have a section class here, sauce selection. What type of sauce would you like? You have the text here. Again, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna label this as options, so this will be a drop down as well, right? And we have the values of mustard, mayo, ketchup, and then we'll set this as a data list, right? So data list element represents a set of option elements that represent predefined options for other controls. In the rendering, the data list element represents nothing, and it, along with its children, should be hidden. All right, so we have a section right here, and we have an HR, and then we have a section class, extra info, right? Where's that at? Yeah, right here. So let me move myself. So anything else you want to add right here, and then remember this part right here is a text area, and this has extra rows of 3, columns 4, and this is a section class. This closes off the section class. This closes off section class. And now we need to. This is for the instruction section class submission. So we need to go ahead and add on to this. All right. So let's see. So we need to just make it at the bottom of the form inside the element section class right here. Add a submit button using the input element. So we're going to use the input element, and the text inside the submit button should read submit. All right, let's do it. All right, let's put it right here, and let's go. We go input, make it a type, and then we could we could keep it like that, and then we're setting it input type. We set that to submit, and we have to have a value of it, right? So what should the value be? We should set the value as submit. All right, and we close that off, and then we have a section here. Okay, so at the bottom, and then the text will be submit right here. All right, and the text inside the submit button should read submit. Let's go set. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's run it. All right, run. Nice. There we go. There we go. So, 1 day left to meet your weekly target. All right, let me move that real quick. All right, so yeah, let's scroll down. Oh, there's a submit button right here. Submit, and we click it. Thanks for your submission. Let's do a refresh real quick. So we go back. All right, so we could fill out this information. Say what type of protein would be like. I don't know. What are my options? Let's put sausage or something. And then what patties? How many patties would you like? 3, well done. We have lettuce and onions. Would we like to add cheese? Yes. And then what type of bun would you like? Pretzel. What type of sauce would you like? Mustard. Anything you else add? I would like a cup of water. Okay. So this is just like this is a form right here, right? When you create a burger, this is just like a form like you see on any website. You know, you see it on Pizza Hut, you see it on DoorDash, or when you're shopping, or when you are trying to fill out any other information, right? Maybe this is similar to a doctor's office. You know, you fill out the paperwork, but you're doing it digitally, right? The form. And then once you click submit right here, it'll send it off to the back end services. Or sorry, it'll send off to the server, and it'll keep it in a filing cabinet, right? Just think about it as all this data is saved, and it's in a secure place where we could bring it up later to use or to review. All right, so yeah, guys, so we went and go ahead and made submit button, and we learned how to use a submit form, right, which is really important. You'll be using this a lot on websites. You know, filling out your name, your address, your email. You know, um, like a contact us page. You know, that's one another part, another visualization of where submit form will take into play. Okay, and let's see where the syllabus. Let's look at the syllabus. Let's see what's next. So okay, so we'll be so after this we'll have a review. So we'll review next. That'll be the next video. All right, guys, and like I said, I'm gonna try to do this constantly, uploading every single day, and always keep this sharp. That's how you become really good at coding. Is you do it every single day. I mean, it could be 20 minutes a day, it could be 30 minutes a day, a couple hours a day. As long as you keep doing it over and over again, you will have a progression. Just think about it like a progression bar. You know, there's a box right here, and then it starts at 0. You know, every time you're doing something, it fills up the progression, like 10%, 20%. But just know that it won't go all the way to 100%. It'll just go unlimited. You just keep going and going and going. It's a marathon, right? So that'll be next on the list. As well as after the syllabus, after the forms, after these forms, we're gonna get into like form validation. This is another big part too. Doing form validation as well, right? And but yeah, that's gonna be like super exciting. Then we're gonna push forward to the next stuff. Yeah, guys. If you have any questions, make sure that you comment the video, you share, and you like and subscribe for more content. If you want me to focus on other things, or if you need help on anything about HTML related, feel free to go ahead and comment that and let me know the topic that you have questions about, and then I could go ahead and comment back to you and tell you more about it and try to help you from there. I know that my previous videos that I've seen comments before, right? That's been happening a lot. Like people saying, "Oh, they're having trouble with different parts of working with HTML." Like, you know, trying to work on an element, trying to displaying an element and stuff like that, or creating certain elements. And you know, in general, I'll be there to go ahead and you know, guide you, because I really want you guys to be on the right path, and just know that I'm here and stuff. And I'm planning some more things for the channel. I know you guys know about AI and everything. AI is, you know, really huge. Hopefully we could get into some of that stuff later on during the channel. But I specifically want to get through this HTML part, and possibly CSS, and then JavaScript. And maybe that's when we could dive into the AI stuff, but I'm not sure. But there's a lot that I want to cover with the whole uh going through the Codecademy. I want to cover everything that it has to offer. And then I have a couple of different sites or different things that I want to present you guys as well that we could work through that I'm thinking of as well. Yeah. So again, make sure you share, share, like, and subscribe. And just let me know like what's going on. Just let me know if you have any questions or yeah. So and guys, I'm gonna be signing out, right? And stay safe out there and also just keep coding. I mean it's really hard and you know, you just once you get through it, man, like even it's hard for me. Sometimes like doing these videos, it's hard. Every single day trying to push. But once you stop, it becomes brand new to you when you get back to it. But we just gotta hold us accountable, hold each other accountable, and just keep pushing every single day. I mean, you're not alone in this. Thank you everyone. And you stay safe out there. Peace out. Thank you.